the Cauvery water dispute, Karnataka decides to defy the Supreme Court order, passes an unanimous resolution to not release water to Tamil Nadu, says the water will not be used for any purpose apart from providing it for basic concerns of citizens living in Bengaluru and the Cauvery basin. Also remember that Karnataka was supposed to release 6,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu till the 27th of September. Post a cabinet meeting, of course, Karnataka did decide to defer Supreme Court order, not release water, and also called for a special assembly session on the 23rd of September, where, of course, they did decide to defy Supreme Court order further and, to not release water simply because they need the water for drinking purposes. Also remember, CM Siddaramaiah had earlier mentioned that this order indeed was unimplementable. At this point in time, we also understand that the situation in Karnataka and in Bengaluru is very, very calm. The Bangalore City Police going all out there to make sure that citizens do not have anything to worry about. And the city of Bengaluru, there is nothing untoward happening. We also understand that Sumanth C Raman joins us on the phone line at the moment. Mr. Raman, thank you so much for joining us here on Magic Bricks. Now, of course, we were waiting for the special assembly session on the 23rd. That's happened now. Karnataka government has decided to defy the Supreme Court order. How big of an impact will this have on the Karnataka government?
No, I see. The problem is open defiance of the Supreme Court has not resulted in any, punishment, significant punishment for many governments in the past. Karnataka did exactly the same thing in 1991, and that ordinance was struck down by the Supreme Court. And this one too will be struck down because clearly a state legislature does not have the authority to pass such a resolution on any extraterritorial issue. So, where it concerns territory outside Karnataka state and the people other than people of their state, they do not even have the locus standi to pass such a resolution. But again, the whole idea is to delay this process to the extent possible. So, what will happen now is Tamil Nadu will have to file a contempt of court petition. And then Karnataka will now go back to the court and say that they cannot defy their own legislature. The government will say that legislature has passed such a resolution, so there will be a breach of privilege. And what do we do? How can we, defy our own legislature? And then the Supreme Court will have to strike down that resolution. But I think it's a game that they are playing, and I think it's extremely unfortunate that it has come to this extent.
Okay, we also understand Sanjay Hegde, a senior advocate here also with us on the phone line. Mr. Hegde, thank you so much for joining us here on Magic Bricks. Now, tell us, of course, with this, how will this impact Karnataka's chances in the hearing?
Well, in the hearing, this may be one of the defenses that Karnataka takes, that its own legislature says this, that they are a government accountable to the people, they are a government who are ultimately accountable to the legislature as well. But how much of a defense will it be against a court order? That is for the court to decide. As the previous speaker was saying, that there is a possibility that the court may ask for a contempt of court petition to be filed if any of the parties feel that contempt has been committed. The court may not take things upon its suo motu. But equally well, I have known of cases in the previous time where the court itself started the process. Though ultimately the contempt petition was finally dropped. I'm speaking of the 2002 crisis when the matter was before Justice B.N. Kripal, who later became Chief Justice of India, and the Chief Minister of the day then was S.M. Krishna. The point is the court can comply with due process, say, okay, file a contempt proceeding, give a reply, and then have a trial. Or the court may check whether there are other ways to enforce its order.
Also, tell us, what is the view that Tamil Nadu government could take at this point in time?
Well, quite frankly, the Tamil Nadu government seems to think with binary logic of the game as being a win or lose kind of situation. This same government, the same chief minister has been at the helm of affairs whenever the Cauvery matter has shot up to incredible lengths, either in 1992, 2002, or 2016. Going by that, the kind of thinking that prevails in the higher levels of administration in Tamil Nadu, I would be very surprised if they do not go in for a contempt petition.
All right, Mr. Raman, I want you to come in on this. Do you think this will, lead to some sort of constitutional crisis at this point in time, considering Karnataka government has taken this decision?
I think we'll have to just wait and see two things. One is obviously what the court does with the contempt petition, which I agree with Mr. Hegde. I mean, it's a matter of time when Tamil Nadu actually files the contempt petition, but there's surely going to be a contempt petition which the state will file. The second issue is what action does the centre take, in terms of constituting the Cauvery Water Management Board, because that board is then likely to take away control of all the reservoirs from, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu as well. In fact, and also one reservoir in Kerala. So the Cauvery basin reservoirs will then go under the control of the Cauvery Water Management Board. And that is something that Karnataka is dead keen on preventing that from happening. So we'll have to see. Obviously, now there is a Supreme Court order saying that the Cauvery Water Management Board has to be constituted in 4 weeks, and almost a week is gone. So, in the next 3 weeks, if the centre does not constitute, then Tamil Nadu will again have to go to the Supreme Court again, and this time it should be contempt against the central government. So I think at every stage, justice is not being done. I mean, once the court passes orders, that should be it. And if, both the centre and at least at this point of time, the centre has not flouted it, so we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if the Karnataka government is not going to release water on the basis of a Supreme Court order, what is to say that they will, ignore the orders of the Cauvery Water Management Board as well? I mean, there is no reason to believe that a government that can blatantly tell the Supreme Court that they cannot obey the order cannot tell the Cauvery Water Management Board the same thing. So some solution has to be found, and I think it is incumbent on the centre to find the solution.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here on Magic Bricks. Now, Pooja Prasanna, a reporter, gives us a report on what exactly happened in the Karnataka Assembly session today.
The last speaker of the day in the assembly, Jagdish Shettar, a former chief minister of BJP, just about finished his speech. The only thing that remains is another address by the chief minister and then voting on that resolution that was moved. Let's remember earlier, just a couple of hours ago, the Legislative Council already passed the resolution clearly stating that steering clear of making any kind of comments on either the Supreme Court or even Tamil Nadu for that matter, stating that Karnataka in all 4 of its reservoirs has only 26.7 TMC of water, and that would be required till the next June 2017, and only in January will the state know what is the level and what is the extent of rain it will receive next year. So this water will be used only for drinking purpose for people in the Cauvery basin as well as Bangalore city. Clearly just stating that this is how much water we have and we will use it only for drinking. Now, several people that we are speaking to, politicians and legal experts, say that this is a very carefully drafted resolution which does not want to antagonize the Supreme Court too much, making any kind of comments on the Supreme Court order, but clearly just expressing the helplessness of the state in carrying out the Supreme Court order. Whether it would amount to contempt of court is up for debate, because some people are saying that it might not be contempt of court, because under Article 262, water disputes are to be settled initially by the Parliament, and Parliament's decision will reign supreme over water disputes, and in this case the legislative arm of constitution being the assembly. So if there is a resolution passed in the assembly as well saying that water cannot be released to Tamil Nadu, will that supersede the Supreme Court's order? That is one question that legal experts have different opinion about.
Well, we'll really have to take a look at what exactly happened, considering the Karnataka government has defied Supreme Court order of releasing 6,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu, of course, in the special assembly session that they had convened on the 23rd of September. Also, remember, CM Siddaramaiah had earlier called this order unimplementable and, in fact, had said that they will file objections for setting up of a Cauvery Management Board. Of course, we'll keep a very, very close watch on that for you here on Magic Bricks Now.
You can watch live TV on our website mbnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.